Hello everyone, my name is Cosmify, and you might notice that I sound a little more animated than usual because today was an absolutely momentous occasion for the Murder Drones fandom. In case you're out of the loop, today, October 17th of the glorious 2025, Murder Drones fans, talking about myself too of course, were blessed with a music video featuring a song composed by the living Tombstone, sung by Sin, N, and Uzi's voice actors Alana Fitzgerald, Michael Kovac, and Elsie Lovelock, and not only that, but the thing is fully animated. These aren't just some PNG sliding across a lyric background, people. They've been working on this for a while. I am personally extremely hyped, and you're likely gonna get on Twitter and see that some Murder Drones fans are less than enthusiastic about this. And all I'm gonna say about that is that if you went into this event expecting, not hoping, those are two different things, for a season 2, you were bound to be disappointed. Same thing for the Glitch Direct that happened a week ago. However, if you read the title and clicked on the thumbnail, you know that I'm probably not making this video simply because it's a cool music video and nothing else. Because I honestly do think that there is more to be talked about here with respect to the future of the Murder Drone series. I believe that things will happen, we just don't know when. So that's what I'm here to discuss with you guys today. And honestly, I do mean you guys. Yes, you, the one watching this video. I'd like you guys to get in on this discussion because the more we talk about this show and generate noise about it, the kind, productive type of noise rather than begging for a season 2, I am confident that Glitch Productions will take notice and realize that us Murder Drones fans are indeed extremely hungry for more content. And if you're hungry for more content about Glitch Productions shows, consider subscribing. But yeah, I will in fact be buying myself a con plushie if it means even a slightly higher chance of more content, thank you very much. Maybe save the thigh-high socks for someone else though. Anyway, when it comes to this video, I'm posing a simple question, but one with a lot of potential answers and implications. It goes as follows. What's next? Well, obviously, I hear droves of you typing, it's the graphic novel. And yes, dear viewer, you are right about that. And believe me, I am extremely excited for that, and I will be reviewing it when it comes out, believe me. But I just have a sneaking suspicion that Glitch has more plans for the Murder Drones franchise besides what they've announced so far. Let's look at the facts, okay? Glitch Productions clearly loves this series to bits. Obviously, they know that Murder Drones merch performs well, and so the fact that they do a bunch of merch releases decently often doesn't really come as a surprise to me, and it shouldn't come as a surprise to you either. But trust me, the love that Kevin and Luke seem to have for Murder Drones runs so much deeper than that. In fact, it actually runs fairly deep into the history of the studio itself. Gooseworks was kind enough to share some of her insights about the working relationship between Liam Vickers, Murder Drones' creator, and Glitch, and the best way for me to summarize what I learned from that is that when Liam first came on board to help write and direct Murder Drones, something he noticed fairly quickly is the fact that the studio seemed quite underprepared for it. But Liam was able to come in and sort of whip them into shape, for lack of better terms. And don't just take my word for it, or I guess Gooseworks' word for it either. Going back and watching the pilot episode of Murder Drones, some of the more eagle-eyed viewers may notice that this was animated primarily by using motion capture technology, which is why everything feels so uncannily human. Ugh. In episodes after that, though, the animation was done by hand and as a result ended up looking much better, at least in my opinion. Glitch was also lacking a lot of departments required to produce a show in the most efficient way, like a storyboarding department, for example. They didn't have a storyboarding department, you guys. So Glitch was sure to encourage them to invest into that as well. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that Murder Drones contributed a lot to Glitch Productions, outside of the viewership that it brought them. And as a result of that, it's going to be getting special treatment compared to some of Glitch's other shows, even the ones made by Kevin and Luke themselves. So the fact that they both seem to love this show a lot leads me to believe that they wouldn't really hesitate if they were offered any kind of proposition from someone like, I don't know, Liam Vickers himself. Now, I know what you might say, Liam Vickers doesn't want a season 2, and once again, dear viewer, you are, well, kind of right. This video is not setting anything in stone, but Liam Vickers has been pretty ambiguous about the details regarding the potential for a season 2. He's obviously said that there aren't any plans for season 2 at the moment, but he's never really said outright that he doesn't want to work on one eventually. Now, it's important to remember that creating a season 2 for Murder Drones would require the collaboration of both Glitch and Liam himself, obviously. Things like the graphic novel and, of course, the music video were done without his contribution, probably little more than his consent consent for them to create these things. But for an official season 2 production, he would need to be at the helm. Another thing that we currently know as of right now, though, is that Liam Vickers is busy with something. His Discord server, Liam Vickers Animation, does a Q&A with him every so often. He was available to do a Q&A at the beginning of this year, February 2025 to be specific. But when it came time for another related event this October, actually, Liam was allegedly unavailable according to one of his moderators. Now, once again, I want to make it incredibly clear that I am not trying to headcanon that Liam Vickers is working on a season 2. However you interpret this information is completely up to you, and it is totally possible that he's just taking time off, because it goes without question that making an entire show, spending 3 years of your life making said show, and going through the constant back and forth with the studio to make sure that your creative vision is being met is incredibly exhausting. If the man is just having a break, that is perfectly understandable. But it's just the little things, like the fact that he didn't want to answer some specific lore questions, or the fact that they put Murder Drones Season 1 as a specific descriptor early on in the life of the series. It just makes me think that at the very least, there is some intention to something new and official when it comes to Murder Drones. I'm not saying this to try and get up anyone's hopes or anything, I just want it to be something that's on the table in case we come back to talk about this later. And knowing Glitch, it is very likely that we will end up talking about this later. They have a really funny way of shifting gears to completely different things when we least expect it. It is absolutely phenomenal, I love it. Whatever Glitch or Liam Vickers decides to do with the series, as long as it's something, I will honestly be happy about it. And this music video is definitely something for me to be happy about, so I will 100% take all that we're getting here. And the graphic novel, obviously. Shifting gears now to the song itself, I absolutely love it. One of my favorite things about it is that they didn't just write some random song that wasn't applicable to Murder Drones, slap a music video onto it, and call it a day. No, they actually wrote this song and based its entire premise on Murder Drones. Specifically, N being disliked by Uzi's parents and having to fight for their love. Absolute cinema. My singular only real criticism about the song is the fact that the lyrics are a little hard to hear with the loudness of the music, but honestly, I'm not even gonna complain about that because the instrumental is just awesome. The Living Tombstone has always delivered when it comes to music. I think the FNAF franchise as a whole made that much extremely clear. I'm honestly just so glad that Glitch has decided to give us any content at all surrounding this show. Even though it's not the season 2 that a lot of us have been hoping for within the last year, basically ever since the show ended, I'm still insanely grateful that we were even able to get this. Something important to always remember when we're speaking about things like this is that number 1, good things take time, but number 2, Glitch doesn't really owe us anything with regards to Murder Drones. All things considered, I think we were actually extremely lucky to have been given this. Glitch Productions could have so easily just said, here's some more plushies you can play with, and left it right there. No more content, nothing. But the fact that they're going ahead with stuff like this really just gives me a lot of hope that we could be getting even more content surrounding Murder Drones in the future. This series has always captivated me so much for so many different reasons. Even with all of the issues that may plague the writing, I'm still so glad it was created in the first place, and I hope to see much more Murder Drones, whether it be in the form of an eventual spin-off, second season, or just fan projects in general. I love this show so much, and I'm so grateful for what it's been able to do for my channel and for other people's channels and just everyone. Murder Drones isn't done yet, guys. I just have a feeling. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Bye-bye.